Hello everyone, and welcome to your Aries New Moon Wishes for April the 15th, 2018. The Aries New Moon Sign readings, of course, are all about the equinox energy. So whether you're in the Southern Hemisphere and this is your harvest season, or this is the vernal equinox for you, the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere that is initiating your new year energy, what you're planting, what you're sowing at this particular time. It's a very auspicious moment. So I wanted to take a moment to let you know some of the things that Great Mother has been seeding in and through me to and for you. These new moon wishes, I am taking the time to actually write out suggested new moon wishes for you. If you're not familiar with working with new moon energies or how to work with them, it's basically really being clear about what your intentions are, writing them out, no more than 10, and you want to be sure that they're individual wishes. So for example, you want to go out and have more fun, and you want to make more friends, as an example. Those are two wishes, and they need to be separate. So I want to go out and have fun is one wish, and I want to make new friends is the second wish. Not sure exactly why it doesn't work when they're combined. It may have something to do with dictating how we want our blessings to come to us, which really does stagnate the manifestation process. The other thing that you want to keep in mind when you work with your new moon wishes is that they are just for you. We don't make wishes for other people. Again, imposing our will in that space of creation is an energy that we really want to avoid because it attracts that energy to us. So to maintain our autonomous divinity in a way that is pure, in a way that is clearly channeled, we want to keep that wish for us, for ourselves, those wishes just for us. We can introduce the process to others at any time. And you want to just write them down, not meditate on them, but do put them away so that you can later reflect on them as your lunar cycles progress. You can come back and reflect on what has manifested. You'll begin to be very astonished by how quickly things do come into manifestation working with your new moon wishes. And so you won't have to look back at it very often. What you will discover is that things that do not manifest will probably be because they were somehow combined, or they are very core issues that you're working with and working through. So those are just some hints. I'll give you some more kind of rules of the road in terms of working with that. As Jane Spiller says, I'm one of her students working with lunar energies, and so that will be on your link to the blog on greatmotherspeaks.info. Suggested new moon wishes for your moon sign. Speaking of the vlog, this new lunar year for Aries moon sign people, your video has already been posted, and so it talks about for each of you when your new moon comes each year, what Great Mother is coming through and saying will be some of your challenges and all of the energy that's available for you to actually feel the support of your divinity throughout the year. And so it's a very interesting look at how to plan for the year coming up. This is what you've probably heard me refer to as when the sun is in your moon sign. This happens once a year when the sun is traveling through your moon sign's constellation, and when the moon, it becomes new in that sign, is your lunar new year. Again, we all have our own houses, our own degrees of when our moon came in. You may not have been born during the new moon in Aries, obviously. You could be born in November, and your moon was a full moon. Well, if it was a full moon, it was in September, for example, because that is the Aries full moon. And so your Aries moon might actually be there. And so that's where the personal readings come into play. These are general readings about the general energies. So remember to book at greatmotherspeaks.info. And speaking of that, this month until the 30th, there is a sale on readings. All our readings, Great Mother Speaks readings, your moon sign readings that are normally $85, and the hour readings that are normally $65, Great Mother Speaks readings, they're all $50. So that is an encouragement to really get some information about this very auspicious season to help you kind of jumpstart the year for you in terms of planning this planting season. The moon is really, really important with regard to planting and harvesting. Want to be sure that you also know that the Mama Drama Trauma website is finally up. So mamadramatrauma.info is up and ready to go. I want to let you know about the support group. This is a group that is using the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck as a coaching tool to really support the general welfare of survivors of Mama Drama Trauma. In my coaching work, I have found that supplemental support throughout the week is very useful, and in joining a group in kind of the pilot experiments that I've had so far has really proved quite powerful. So it's very limited, small group, and so I think 5 is the maximum that we're just starting out with because we do really work through some of the principles and share ourselves anonymously through audio conferencing. So it's an opportunity for you at mamadramatrauma.info, which is the sister site to Great Mother Speaks.info, both of which are on the home site of themotherbond.com. So if you're just generally kind of rolled up on Great Mother Speaks and you're like, what the heck is going on? Check out themotherbond.com. It's just a general overview of what we're talking about in terms of maternal yin, Holy Spirit energy, and how it manifests as the good, bad, and divine mother in each and every one of us in each and every way. And to get a little bit more understanding about how to work with this energy and insight about just really how we experience that energy and why we experience it in the various ways that we do. Those are just really getting started up. But want to let you know about that. And last but not least, these new moon readings that you're watching are readings that are basically going to amplify, enhance, really refine and focus your understanding of what Great Mother's messages were throughout the second quarter readings. Now, we just had our second quarter readings posted for April to June. So the general 3-month period, we have 4 through the year. We did January to March, the first quarter, just overall what's going on during those lunar cycles. Now just posted are the second quarter readings that are all about what's happening up until June. Now we have a respite the second quarter from eclipses. We are still in Leo North Node, Aquarius South Node in the Western, and Cancer North Node or Rahu, and Ketu Capricorn in the Sidereal. But we are having some reprieve. No activity going on until the end of July, which will be the third quarter. So this reflection period is really important when I come in with these shorter messages, new moon, full moon messages, April, May, and June, to further refine your understanding and expand on what she was saying. However, if you have not watched those videos or you picked up something that you think that you want to go back and reflect on, again, the link is below to your second quarter readings. Well, I really, really do hope that you enjoy them. Remember, the second quarter readings do have a 25-minute introduction for people to understand what these readings are about, who Great Mother is speaking to, and how to use these readings to know the difference between your emotional voice and when Great Mother is speaking to you. So we took some time on those second quarter readings to do that. So if you've already listened to that, remember, fast forward to about 27 minutes at the beginning of your second quarter reading. So with no further ado, here from me to you are your April 15th Aries new moon readings from Great Mother Speaks. Well, hello, Libra, Scorpio moon people. This is a cleanup month for you because the full moon is in Scorpio on April 30th. And so a culmination period for you. Your new moon was in November. That was your Lunar New Year. And we'll be looking forward to that report this year. But you're just halfway through. So it's telling me that either you have sensed your new moon in November been going through a particular change as it relates to clarity that you've received about something that you didn't know before, or you are just commencing that new journey with this new moon. Let's see here what we have for you. This is 6th house energy for this new moon in April. And so look at your life as it relates to 6th house energy. Work-life balance, your health, your service to the world. There has been some issue, again, since your new moon in Scorpio in November. Of course, it'd be Libra in the sidereal. Scorpio is your emotional state. Libra is your intuitive downloaded from your soul. And you either at that time downloaded, as we can see, from the third eye, the Maya, something about your work life, your service to the world, your work-life balance, or your health that made you see the truth. You needed to get busy about taking care of some health issue. You needed to modify some things in order to have a better work-life balance, or in fact you needed to be a little bit more detail-oriented, or let up on being detail-oriented, let up on a healthcare regimen. Whatever the yin-yang balance was for you, it either came to some clarity at that time in November, or it will now, as the 6th house energy is the new moon in Aries, because the Maya card is all about pulling the curtain back. This is the new moon card of your spread. And so it's either this one or that one back in November with Scorpio, pulling a curtain back about what you needed and how you needed it, why you needed it, and now it really being the truth. And so the truth is that this has got to change, or the truth is this is how it is, and I see that, and I see how I need to move forward, because the transformative opportunity is a gut chakra first quarter moon card. This is all about taking action based on a decision to face a challenge. And so the challenge for you has to do with trusting that gut, that survival unction, which is 6th house energy as it relates to work, daily life, your health. And so trusting what you need to do. And you've probably, if not gotten to that point, you've already been doing it. And the transformative opportunity for you is to receive the rewards and accolades as a result of doing that. We see in the Moses card the scene in Munchkinland when Dorothy receives the reward from the mayor for destroying the Wicked Witch of the West. And so that part within you, that shadow part within you that needed the balancing, you've been doing that work, and now is your transformative opportunity to consciously receive on an internal level what you've had to do to achieve that. On the other hand, if this is just coming to fruition again for you, we see here with the third eye and the Mayan card that it's been downloaded to you that there is a truth beyond the curtain about your health that needs to be realized. We see the antenna with the Moses card connected to the third eye. The ego and the soul connect through the gut chakra and the third eye in the visceral sense of the body-mind. What Great Mother doesn't want you to overlook, however, is that you were in a process of regrounding yourself, specifically during the full moon that comes up in April in your sign, Scorpio moon people. And so we're looking at, from a soul level, that kind of Libra energy that comes through, and it says, hey, I need to really pay attention to how I'm communicating with people personally and professionally. Am I being a little too aggressive, or am I being a little too people-pleasing? And taking care of yourself so that you can bring that into balance in a way that serves your health, in a way that serves your service to the world, and perhaps even just your daily life, how you're living your life. That self-mothering is so important to you that Great Mother is coming through, and she's saying that with this root chakra in the full moon, that you will feel ungrounded, unsafe, and insecure if you do not take action to do that. So a little bit more self-soothing, perhaps, a little bit more time to yourself, perhaps, to work with those balancing issues that you need in your daily life. A little bit more assistance, maybe delegation of work in your service to the world, perhaps. And those analytical issues that go on in your life, maybe backing off so much on going over details over and over and over again, and kind of allowing things to reveal themselves to you in a way that mothers are known to do. So self-mothering is a very important part of this cycle for you. It's saying that it's going to help you with personal power. Lilith is the card when Glinda the Good Witch bestows the ruby red slippers onto Dorothy. Dorothy doesn't quite know what they are yet, but from a gut visceral level, she knows that she's being protected. Again, those lower chakras, that heart below chakra area, self-esteem, confidence is coming through for you as a result of regrounding yourself through self-mothering. It's very important that you do this, because as we see with the Lilith card, the Wicked Witch of the East is in the shadows. And so in the shadows, there may be someone that is still from that kind of illusion that is wanting to come through and steal your birthright or take what you've earned away from you, despite the fact that you have come into consciousness for at least 6 months or now since the new moon, and you're ready to move forward with your new plans. Maybe they're not aware of your plans, just as the Wicked Witch of the East was not aware that those shoes were protecting Dorothy. Now, having said that, what's in your shadow position is self-compassion. So when you have the Isis self-mothering card and self-compassion, this is saying that you may be particularly hard on yourself as it relates to where you are right now. So maybe you are realizing that you haven't been paying attention to what your soul's been saying since November. And you're like, oh wow, if I would have just done this, or if I would have just understood that, or if I would have just seeing the truth then, I wouldn't have to do this now, and I wouldn't have to be going through this, to reground myself. She's saying, just be compassionate with yourself. We do better when we know better. And it doesn't serve us to badger ourselves in that way as divine children of the great Mother, Father, God, who know that we're dearly loved, never condemned, judged, or left alone. So how does that serve any of those principles? Great Mother wants you to know that in your efforts and in the work that you're doing to rebalance your life as a result of pulling the curtain, as Toto did, to reveal that Oz was just a man, that you will allow yourself to plant new seed. That's the crescent moon phase. And your heart chakra will align. That's the crossroads between the ego and the soul. And so you are aligning, but just love yourself through it. Trust yourself through it. Console yourself through the process, because you're dancing with really wanting to take action, really wanting to implement the law of Great Father, which is action, which is that yang energy, which is that, with double yang, it's like, woo, you really wanted to go forward. And we see that this is the third quarter moon card, which is about releasing anything that impedes your ability to go forward and to act. And while, action is very good, we see that the Mother Mary card is beneath the Maya card. And so the action that Great Mother is guiding you to take is to stay steadfast in the truth that you know that you've acquired. We can't unsee what we've seen. We can't, unexperience what we've experienced, what we know. And she's saying, instead of perhaps refocusing it in denial, or refocusing it in self-blame, because we are accepting the truth, to focus it on the blessing that has come as a result of focusing on that higher mind, that higher knowing. Again, we have the gut chakra beneath the third eye here, that ego-soul connection. And so she's encouraging you to dance with that anxious energy that is wanting to act and wanting to react in a way that serves you. In order to do that, you will need to release any tendency to stay in the house all the time, or to stay, on the computer all the time, and to, just kind of distract yourself from being in the world. Pachamama is all about getting out amongst the trees, the fairies, the sea. Wherever you are, even if it's just in your car, rolling down the window somewhere, in front of your house, breathing the fresh air if you need to, if it's still too cold or wherever you are. It's very important that you do that. We have another root chakra card here in the waning gibbous moon phase. And so she's saying that release anything that keeps you in a state of ungratefulness and gratitude about your journey, so that you can reground yourself in your body, mind. And when we're outside and we're breathing the air, it amplifies whatever energy that we're carrying. Okay, and so we want to, when we're outside and we're breathing, stay in a positive, focused mind, because it's like charging a battery. It really is. And she's saying, charge your battery, Libra, Scorpio moon people, in a way that regrounds you with that Earth Mother energy. Earth Mother supports us, literally. She's who we come from and who the ego body returns to. And so that ego body is the body that gets insecure. It's that Scorpio nature that feels, a little insecure. And Scorpio knows all about going into Earth Mother, to get that internal refuge. So she's saying to do that, but to do that in an outward way for you, Libra, Scorpio moon people. She's wanting you to breathe the air, to touch the trees, the leaves, and the fairies, possibly, for some of you. What's going to facilitate this process is the conscious processing of what you've been through. So you've been through a lot. You're coming up on your full moon of your lunar cycle, and so you have a lot of energy that is supporting you. Watch your second quarter moon reading from April to June. It's going to really tell you what the astrological aspects of this particular point is, because it starts with the March full moon and it goes all the way until the June full moon. And so obviously this April new moon is at the beginning, but you're going to see the energies that kind of contributed to what we're talking about now. And as a result of you getting this message from Great Mother, what could manifest for you as a result of working with these energies by your full moon on the 30th of April. So you are processing right now. You are allowing yourself to digest your emotions as a result of this experience, coming out of this illusion, so that by the end of this lunar cycle, there'll be a purification. So the end of the lunar cycle is the balsamic moon phase that comes after the full moon as it wanes down. And so here we see right before the full moon, Coventina, purification. So this purification that's building up to the full moon is as a result of this processing taking place. The balsamic now, right before the new moon, until then. If you're watching this video after the new moon, well, then maybe this process is going to begin for you right before the new moon in May on the 15th. Either way, this lunar cycle, April 15th to May 14th, is one of purification as a result of a reality that has been seen and accepted. In the center of your reading is Lilith. It's all about you regaining a new sense of personal power that you may not fully understand, but those around you do. And so hold on to those shoes and trust your gut as it indicates to you any and everything that you need along your journey. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking, but above all, and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.